I don't think I've ever been humbled so bad by a leg exercise than I am by this one here. Hey guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. First of all, if you're new here, my name is Alyssa. I am a content creator, personal trainer located in Toronto, Ontario, and I just have the goal of getting more girls in the gym, getting them stronger, getting them more confident, and just feel empowered the way that the gym has made me feel, which is why I'm here. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through a full week of workouts, covering the 4 workouts that I do literally every single week to week, and that I have been doing since the beginning of the year. This week is a week of workouts on a deload. If you don't know what a deload is, I will be covering that about halfway through this video. I'm going over when to do a deload, how to do a deload, all that good stuff. But yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into this video. Alrighty, as with any workout, we always want to start out with a nice warm-up. So typically before I do deadlifts, I start with some 90-90s, warm up the hips, some glute bridges to really get those glutes fired up and ready to work, and then of course some dead bugs as well as side planks to prime the core. When it comes to deadlifts, you really want to make sure you have a strong core while going through your lift. Once I'm feeling warm and ready to go, I grab the bar and just do some barbell RDLs to warm up the hamstrings and glutes before getting into my working sets. I genuinely think the hardest thing about doing a deload isn't the showing up or the workout itself. It's the fact that I have to really get my ego in check and keep myself in check for not going as heavy as I know I can. But yeah, we're just we're doing 3 sets of 5 here at about 70-75% of my 1 rep max here. 2. Damn, I feel so good. I want to go heavy, but no, we're just dialing in, keep it in check. Best day for the Bulgarians is on deload days, because then you don't have to force yourself to go to failure. Someone recently asked me about breathing techniques. And what I really like to do is take a deep breath at the top, hold it on the way down, exhale on the way up. 7, 1 more. Could have done more, but you know, it's a deload. Bad thing is, we got 1 more leg to do. All right. Let's get her done. Last set. Five. 7. 1 more. Ooh. Alright, that's it. Okay, so I know I said this is a deload workout, and it is. This whole upload is supposed to be a deload post. However, I did just take a break from leg press and Bulgarians last week because I had pulled a little muscle in my quad. So I'm just gonna take that as my deload, and we're gonna go ham on these leg presses today. Okay, I did just do a set of 2 plates for 12 reps. And we're seeing how many I can do with 4. Push. It's 3. Oh, 4. Okay, maybe my legs aren't ready for this yet. 5. But you'll never know unless you try. 6. 7. 8. Let's go for 2 more. 9. Last one. Yes. Ooh. deload week, I guess. Alright, I got 2 more sets of these, and then 1 more exercise left. Let's get it. Alrighty, and we're finishing this deload glutes and hamstrings workout out with 2-1 technique hamstring curls. We're going really light here, being I probably could have done 15 or 20 reps with this weight, but did not. What 2-1 technique means is I'm using both my legs on the way down and then only one on the way up. So essentially it is a unilateral exercise, so it takes a little bit more time. However, leaving 2 to 3 reps in the tank, which ensures I'm deloading accurately and recovering properly for my next week of workouts. After day 1 of demolishing my glutes and hamstrings, which I typically do on a weekend, I take a full rest day and then hit it back again with day 2 being my favorite back and biceps. As I am trying to get to my goal of 10 unassisted pull-ups, I like to start off all my back days with pull-ups, of course. Because it is a deload, however, I'm only going for 5 reps when I know I could probably do 1 or 2 more here. We're going for 2 sets of as many reps as possible. Straight after our assisted or unassisted pull-ups, we're going into negative pull-ups. These are golden when it comes to trying to increase your number of unassisted pull-ups. All you gotta do here is find a box or a bench, step up above the bar, and slowly lower yourself for about 10 to 12 seconds. I'm doing 3 sets here of 5 reps, and each rep is 10 to 12 seconds on the way down. This is killer. It wouldn't be a back day if we weren't doing some sort of rows. I'm doing barbell bent over rows here since it's been the variation I've been doing for the last 4 months, and I'm just trying to get stronger at. However, if you are a beginner, you can easily do some dumbbell bent over rows, some chest supported rows, or seated cable rows, of course. I'm going for 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps here. You guys already knew this one was coming, being the lat pull down. Once again, I'm doing 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps here with a medium grip. Feel free to go wider or with a close grip depending on your goals. You want to make sure that you're getting all the way down to your chest and fully straightening at the top. All the way down to the chest, fully straightening at the top. And remember, the gym is at an airport, so we should not be flying through your exercises at the gym. Next, we're getting into some single arm work with iliac cable rows or high to low rows. When you are setting this exercise up, you want the attachment to be about 2 notches above your head when you're standing up. Get into a kneeling position. I like to do opposite knee from the hand that I'm working. You're going to grab that attachment, bring your elbow close to your body as if you're coming towards your hip, slowly on the way up, getting that full stretch at the top. I'm doing 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps here per side. Last but not least, we're finishing up this back and biceps workout with a superset, meaning 2 exercises back to back with machine rear delt fly superset with cable bicep curls. I did these 2 variations just because they were beside each other at my gym. However, feel free to use dumbbells or cables depending on how your gym is set up. Typically where I would finish off with a core exercise. However, since I am trying to get to a 10-second handstand hold, I finished off with 3 sets of 1-minute handstand holds on the wall with this not so graceful descent at the end. Okay, so we are officially halfway through this week of workouts, and if you've gotten this far, first of all, I want to say thank you so much for watching, and 2, you're probably thinking, okay, Alyssa, you keep on mentioning deload, you're doing a deload, but Alyssa, I don't know what a deload is. What's a deload? How do I do it? When do I do it? Well, my friend, this is the time. Now I'm going to go over exactly what's a deload, when to do it, how to do it. If, however, you know what a deload is, you've been in this space for a while, feel free to skip to day 3. I'll put the timestamps will be below. However, we're gonna chat for a little bit about what is a deload. So essentially, a deload, it is a period of time in which you either take a break from the gym or you go a little bit lighter, just in decreasing the volume and intensity of your workouts. Typically, they are a week, just because that's kind of like how vacations last. Me personally, I do it as a week just because I like my routine. I like to do back and biceps on Monday. I like to do legs on Tuesday, etc., etc. However, you can easily do like 3 to 5 days if you want to take some time off the gym and then get back into your routine if you're not so rigid as I am. The main purpose of a deload is to really prevent overtraining, as well as recover after fatigue. Even if you are taking 2 to 3 rest days a week, as I am, your body is still tired. The fatigue really loads up onto itself. If you are training heavy and hard 3 weeks in a row, 4 weeks, 5, 6, 8, 12, etc. weeks in a row, eventually, even if you're taking rest days, eventually the fatigue will catch up to you. And there's just so much load your body can handle, especially when we're talking about resistance training. And if you think about it, think about athletes. This is why they have off seasons, right? On seasons are when I don't know if they say on seasons, but when they work hard, they really focus on their sport. Whereas the off seasons when they take time off of their main lifts, their main movements, and focus maybe on some instabilities, core work, all that kind of stuff. Same thing goes for a deload. I personally recommend taking a deload about every 4 to 6 weeks, and there are 2 ways you can approach taking a deload. You can either do a reactive way or a proactive way. A reactive deload is where you you don't really plan your deloads in, you just take it when you feel like you need it. This was me last year, 2023, where I would only take a deload if I was really feeling kind of fatigued and I needed it. So essentially that meant I was deloading probably every 10 to 12 weeks, which was a lot. I was waiting till the very, very end, and then those deloads, I literally felt I felt gassed. Whereas now, since the beginning of 2024, I've been taking a proactive approach, meaning I schedule them in. So far, I've been following a 4-week program and just repeating it over and over and over again, where for 3 weeks, I go heavy and I go hard, and the 4th week is my deload week. So last week, I maxed out, which means this week is my deload week, where I'm taking intensity and riling intensity down just a little bit in order to, I feel like it also, to release some stress off of my muscles, but also mental stress as well, because I feel like during that max out week, I go into the gym with an intention of hitting a certain number, and it takes a lot, not just physically, but it takes a toll on my body as well as my mental state. So this is a great just to feel it out, go easy, go for the pump, so they say. What have I covered so far? What is a deload? Time off, period of time off. When to take a deload, you can take the reactive, proactive approach. When I would recommend honestly taking it every 4 to 6 weeks. However, if you want to take a more reactive approach, just do it when you feel like you need it. Or if you're taking a vacation, that's the perfect time to plan your deload in. How to do it? Essentially, you just take a little bit of volume and intensity off. I would recommend doing, if you typically do 3 to 4 sets of an exercise, only do 2 to 3 sets. Leave about 1 to 2 reps in the tank, so you know you can do 2 more reps. However, you don't, because we're really trying to minimize fatigue in this period of time. And as well, and if you're into the numbers, typically for my big lifts, so like squat, bench, and deadlift, I will use 65 to 70% of my 1 rep max for about 5 to 8 repetitions. Once again, a rep range where I know I can do 2 more. However, I don't, because big thing, minimizing fatigue. Those are the 3 main points I wanted to cover. We're going to go straight into day 3. If you do have any more questions about deload, feel free to put them in the comments below, and I'll make sure to answer them. Alrighty, we're keeping the momentum flowing straight into day 3, being glutes and quads focus day. Contrary to what you're typically used to seeing, I actually like to start my squat focus days out with leg extensions rather than ending them, because I think it's a phenomenal way to prime the quads and get them ready to squat. We can't, however, go into any big squat movement without doing a proper warm-up, so before any squat or deadlift motion, I like to do some 90-90s to warm up the hips, some glute bridges to warm up the glutes, and then finally some dead bugs to prime the core. As I am only deloading this week, I'll be only working up to about 65 to 70% of my 1 rep max being 135, so 1 plate on each side. So for my warm-ups, I'll do about 5 reps with the bar, 5 reps with 95 pounds, 5 reps with 115 pounds, and then into my working set of 8 to 10 reps with 135. So sorry guys, I completely forgot that I wanted to do this leg day mic'd up, but you know, when it comes to squats and speaking, it just does not fit. If you're from Instagram, you're probably wondering, you know, where's Alyssa's lack of purple? I don't know, I'm just not feeling it this week. I think it's probably the mixture of lack of caffeine and just going a little bit lighter than I know I can. That's right, we're still showing up. We got black shorts and my Universal Studios top, which I've had for years and years on end, supporting my boy Harry. But besides that, after squats, we're going into dumbbell reverse lunges. Got my 45s in each hand here. If you saw the tutorial on my Instagram, you know we're always starting with our dominant foot back. So for me, that would be my right foot back, left foot in front. Roll your shoulders down and back, big breath. Tap, and coming up. 2. 3. Even if you're not deloading, this exercise is killer. 6. All right, we're stopping at 8. Ooh. Oh geez, maybe that was too heavy for a deload week. It's crazy that it's already leg day again. I feel like I just did glutes and hams, and all I can think about right now is what I'm gonna eat after this. Oh, we're only one exercise in. All right, let's go. One more. Oh. We're going for 3 sets. Honestly, you could even do 2, depending on like how fatigued you are feeling after a max out week. But yeah, 3 sets at the minimum, maybe 2 sets at the minimum. Sorry, 3 sets if you feel it, 4 sets if you've been doing it for a while. Ooh, next we got hack squats. I don't think I've ever been humbled so bad by a leg exercise than I am by this one here. I'm literally only doing 10 pounds on each side. And honestly, this is like my working weight. I'm not even doing it because it's a deload week. I just feel kind of wimpy if I did nothing at all. Okay, let's do it. We're on 8 to 10 reps here. Holy shit. Yeah. No, I hate this. I absolutely hate it, but I want to get quads like Hannah Oberg. Oh my god. It's so funny because the first time I tried this, I struggled so badly simply because I was too short. But then I learned that, you know, you can adjust things. Okay, one more. Okay, honestly, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad at all. We're going for 3 sets here, 8 to 10 reps, leaving about 2 reps in the tank, because remember, deload. I think I'm telling myself that more than I'm telling you guys that. And last but not least, we're finishing this glutes and quads workout out with some standing calf raises because we are not skipping calves in 2024. The way that I've progressed so fast and in the weight with calves is crazy, despite you seeing no results whatsoever. So this is a very rare occurrence for me. I feel like I should film more YouTube videos often because I rarely ever stretch after my workouts. However, because I have a full body day coming up in a day or two, I want to make sure that my legs are ready to go. So I'm doing some foam rolling for the quads because we hit those quite hard today. Then I'm going to do some stretches, some lunges, and then some split practice because why not?
I have officially made it to the fourth and final day of my workouts for the week of workouts. As you can see, I got a little bit of purple on today. I'm kind of feeling like myself again as I'm seeing the end of this week getting closer. So today we're hitting a full body workout. I love finishing my week off with full body because it allows me to hit pretty much everything. Maybe some things that I may have missed over the week or some things I just want to focus a lot more on, which is for me squats, which is a big one, bench press, and lats, of course. I want to get those as big and jacked as I possibly can. So we're doing a full body workout today. I typically do it on a Thursday or a Friday. Today is Thursday, however, because I'm going to take Friday and Saturday to edit this video, get it up all ready for you guys on Sunday. Yeah, let's just do it. We're going to start off with barbell back squats. 2, 4, what? 2 more. Whoa, I felt that in my whole body. Whole body shakes. Whew, one sit down, more to go.
Straight after back squats, we're going into my second most needs to improve exercise, being the bench press. I'm going for a little bit more reps here, so 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Of course, I am pausing at the bottom just because I like to practice as if I'm in a powerlifting meet. However, feel free to do touch and go dependent on your personal goals. Alright, we're going back to some legs here with some barbell RDLs. Feel free to use a barbell or a dumbbell depending on your current goals or whatever's available in the gym. We're going for 2 to 3 sets here of 8 to 12 reps, really just focusing on the pump, leaving about 1 to 2 reps in the tank, and really feeling that stretch in the hamstrings. We're moving back to the upper body for the next couple of exercises, being lat pull down, or honestly your favorite back exercise of choice, and then seated shoulder press. Feel free to use dumbbells or machine as I am here. We'll be finishing up our arms here with this killer arm superset, being dumbbell or barbell preacher curls, superset with dumbbell or barbell skull crushers. I did 2 sets of 8 to 12 reps per exercise here, resting after the skull crushers. And last but not least, it wouldn't be a full body day if we didn't do some sort of core work. Right now in my rotation, I'm switching in between cable crunches, hanging leg raises, and ab wheel rollouts. So today I chose ab wheel rollouts for 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. And as I'm recording this the next day, I can feel it in my core. And that is it. Those are my 4 workouts that I do during the week, and honestly that I have been doing since the beginning of the year because it just works well for me. If you're still here, I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. This video was truly a labor of love. It took me this whole week to film, edit, and then of course upload it for you all. So if you do like it, please give it a thumbs up so I know you like it. Subscribe so you never miss a video from yours truly, and then comment below what kind of videos you want to see next from me. If you have any questions about deloads or my personal training split or training style, let me know. And yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.